think that I just come in there and look for knockouts, and that's not the case. I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, wait, I'm here. Who want to fight with me? Who?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter can beat me. My goal is to demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. It's Friday night. Just got paid. Party jumping. Like, now, let me stop. Man, it's always a pleasure to be able to talk this good old boxing talk, man. I figured we have a little fun this afternoon, and we'll we'll talk about the lightweight division, and hopefully, we'll have a good old time, man. This is not gonna be a serious environment. We just gonna shoot the breeze on a Friday night. And I still have some housekeeping. I'm still gonna be pretty thorough with doing that. So let me go ahead and get into that. Salute, AC. What's good with you?
Salute, Bodywork. What's good with you, man? Let's get this shit going, because this is a good topic here.
All right, I got. Let me just do the housekeeping real quick. We'll get right into it. So the first one, Virgil Duck. Let me see. Cookie Monster. Mic check, 1 2. Sounding crystal clear. That's what I like to hear. Salute, Cookie Monster. I appreciate you. So, I try to be thorough in my approach, and I do not want anybody to think that I'm on a Boots slander campaign. That's why I said let's get Boots out the way first yesterday when old Bakram Murtazaliev came along. And I do want to let y'all know that we talked about Bakram and Fundor, because Bakram said everybody mentions me after their fight, but when it comes to business, they all disappear. So we went through him and Fundor and how that happened. We went through him and Erickson Lubin and how that happened. We went through him and Boots. Me personally, I said, well, I'm not gonna ride Erickson Lubin too hard because he's actually fighting Virgil Ortiz. I also brought Xander Zayas into the equation, and I never touched on Virgil Ortiz. And I kind of gave him a lightweight pass because him and Erickson Lubin was going at it. But in the case of Bakram, who I was standing in the gap for and trying to highlight as being heavily avoided, I should have never gave Lubin and Virgil Ortiz a whole pass, which I really didn't. And some of my colleagues didn't give him a pass anyway. But being thorough as I am, I had to go back and cover that. And I do have some information. And this was verified by the coach of one Virgil Ortiz. And I got to be thorough because I don't want anybody to think that I'm not thorough in what I do. So let me get this out the way. Let me bring y'all up to speed. because I don't want anybody to think that I'm hating on boots. I told you I got stock in boots, and I'm going to actually I said I was going to actually hold my stock in boots. I said I wasn't going to buy any more shares, but I'm not selling quite yet. I'm just going to hold. And this is what I want y'all to know. Listen to this. You take this off. Turn this up. Let me cover myself. You know, I gotta protect myself at all times. Copyright disclaimer. Allowances is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. I never want to infringe. I'm just here to educate. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair. So we always trying to tip the balance in favor of fair, and I don't like when people use my content, so I'm not going to use anybody else's content other than to make a point or to educate somebody to confirm what I already have come to learn. So I want y'all to hear this clip real quick by Robert Garcia. So we not let nobody fly, man. This is an equal opportunity, and when we be thorough, we not gonna be like everybody else. We're gonna be thorough in our approach. But listen to this clip, y'all.
With the management or the promoter, I think it's just that he's too dangerous and people are not going to take that risk.
Robert, what about Aegis talking to the Saudis? And Jimmy brought up the Saudis, and Aegis has connection with the Saudis, right? Because he has Usyk that fights with the Saudis.
It was the Saudis that offered the fight for Virgil. They asked me why didn't Virgil take the fight, and I told them the reason. That's the only reason, because the 10 pounds that Virgil, it's just impossible for us to take a chance.
Maybe they can get somebody else.
And if it's a non-title fight, we could do it. But no,
I heard Josh Kelly is the mandatory, because Erickson bypassed it to fight Virgil, so now I heard Josh Kelly may get the shot. But again, can you do that fight in Saudi? Is Aegis going to talk to them about? Not because, like I said, he has the connection to Saudi because he has Alexander Usyk with the Saudis, right? So you definitely have the connection if you're Aegis Klimas. Maybe Mutaz Aliyev and Josh Kelly can go to the Saudis. We'll see.
Well, we are hoping he gets his a big money fight, as 154 continues to be a huge.
So hopefully I was able to decipher that, and what he basically said was he didn't take it because of the 10-pound rehydration is what it boiled down to. So he's basically saying because of the IBF and the fact that, I guess because previously, Virgil had that whole thing where he had rhabdomyolysis and cutting weight and all of that. He had that harsh thing. But that's straight from the horse's mouth over there, with a guy that I really don't too much care for, Polly, and his squad over there with Pro Box. Even though I rock with Pro Box, I don't really care for Paulie. Chris Algieri, he's okay. I like Robert as a trainer. The other guy, he's neutral. You know what I'm saying? It's just Paulie goes out of his way with some of the things that he do, and he's almost just like these guys right here. He's like in pocket, or he does his best Tim Bradley job to try to be in pocket. You know what I'm saying? But so that's just to confirm that Virgil is no exception to all of these guys that we talked about. The only one that's not really, I wouldn't really put no onus on right now is probably Xander, because he just got it. You know what I'm saying? But it's looking like this guy really can't get a fight, man. He's really looking like Boogeyman Bakram Murder Zaliev. You know what I'm saying? That's really what he's looking like right now. And let's see, moving right along. I got two other things. Let's see. And we're gonna get to cooking. The second one is Pac versus Loma. So Pac-Man versus Loma is fake news, y'all. I heard a couple raggedy ass channels trying to actually put it out there. And ironically, since we are in the 35-pound division where Loma was a champ, you know what I'm saying, I thought that this was kind of interesting to actually include in here. And I got sources for this. Let's see. Because a lot of people came out earlier this week talking about how it was rumored that Loma might be fighting Pacquiao and stuff like that. So it says Lomachenko's manager shuts down talk of Pacquiao fight. We are not interested regardless of whether it is a real fight or an exhibition. Vasily is retired and doing other things in his life, says Aegis Klima by Homer D. Sason. Had a picture of Pacquiao getting interviewed after a post-fight. And it says this is after the initial fireworks through a barrage of press releases and social media posts, the news that Manny Pacquiao was set to fight Vasily Lomachenko turned out to be a dud. As enticing as the duel might be, it simply isn't true. We are not interested regardless of whether it is a fight or an exhibition. Vasily is retired and doing other things in his life, Aegis Klimas, the longtime manager of Lomachenko, told Spin. And I looked up the credibility of Spin. Spin is credible. I'll talk about it right after I get done reading this real quick. It said talks on Pacquiao Lomachenko fight still in infancy stage. I think people read that title and they kind of ran with that a little bit. Last Tuesday, several media outlets reported the planned Pacquiao-Loma showdown, a development that an advisor of the former senator described as a process in its infancy stage. Klimas acknowledged that he indeed got a few calls regarding the Pacquiao bout, but he clarified that none of those calls were from Pacquiao's camp. It's unclear which third party is attempting to negotiate on behalf of boxing's only 8-division champ, but published reports have indicated a tie-up between the Filipino ring icon and an industry, a company that offers live streaming events and celebrity content. Now 37 years old, Lomachenko 18-3 with 12 KOs, once ruled the featherweight, super featherweight, and lightweight division. He is currently in Ukraine, a return to the ring farthest from his mind. Should he choose to unretire, though? Top Rank owns his promotional rights, even if that were the case, agreeing on a weight class with which to fight and poses a huge obstacle. Pacquiao, 62-8-3 with 39 knockouts. Last fought this past July 19th, challenging the 147-pound belt of Mario Barrios, an action-packed encounter that ended in a controversial draw. Lomachenko, on the other hand, had never boxed beyond 135 pounds, including his final bout last May 2024, when he scored an 11th round TKO over George Kambosos to annex the IBF crown in Perth, Australia. As the drumbeat continues for the Pac-Man Loma dance, it is more increasingly likely that the 46-year-old legend and Hall of Fame inductee's next fight will be a real one and not an exhibition inserted with a concert. As of posting time, Rolly Romero or Shakur Stevenson continues to be on target as the next assignment for Pacquiao. Now that's according to spin.ph, and I looked up whether or not they were credible or not, and it says spin.ph is Sports Interactive Network Philippines. Is generally credible, though its reliability depends on context. It says, who are they? Is one of Philippines' most established online sports news media outlets, launched in 2012 and owned by Summit Media, a reputable media company that also runs respected titles like Esquire Philippines Preview and Top Gear Philippines. Their reporters often attend press events, interview athletes directly, and quote official team representatives. So it's actually a credible source. So they basically saying, nah, man, Lomachenko is off. A lot of me and probably a lot of other people was probably gonna be like, hold up now. I know Lomachenko ain't pulled that move, even though I said something on the live about a month ago, or maybe a month and some change ago. It could have been a minute ago, because but I said, man, Loma might be doing one of them things where he land in the cut. He gonna let the smoke clear and then he gonna pop back out. Because I mean, you see what Manny Pacquiao did. You even hear Andre Ward still getting the itch to wanting to come back and strap up. So we know it ain't all the way out of Loma. And Loma don't got a lot of fights. He's probably old in age from all them amateur fights when he was beating up on children all that time. But he gonna get the itch and come back. But I was looking like, don't tell me Loma them prairie dogged it, where he done said, oh, it's family time when it's time to get it on with Tank, and then he gonna go back in the cut and then pop out when the coast is clear. But I just thought that was interesting. And the last part before we start cooking, y'all, is this. I told y'all, man, news from buffoons. It continues. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all a lot of this shit be plagiarized. It be hindsight is 2020. It be flippy floppy. It be flat out wrong. And we all see from today the subject matter that everybody chose to talk about. One person got up and chose to talk about it, and it's like, hey, that's all everybody want to talk about. There is no creativity. They just passing along and everybody giving their little takes. And obviously there's not really anything going on in the sport. But this is gonna be a fun episode, man. Well, I want it to be a fun episode by nature. And the question is, what in the world is going on with the lightweight division? I don't know if anybody had anything to say about the housekeeping, but salute to everybody on the panel. His twin, salute, Bodywork, salute.
Hey, salute to everybody. Salute to you, Smoke. Good to see the fan back together. But
yo, what's good, everybody? What's good, Smoke, AC, Body, man? What's good to the Bodywork panel? Salute to the chat.
But basically, I wanted to just talk about this. We went in yesterday on talking about dudes who talk about the IBF rehydration of 10 pounds, and pretty much everybody who came on the panel was pretty much in agreement that if you can't deal with the IBF 10-pound rehydration, you don't belong down there. You weight bullying, so or at that weight. So that's just a fucking shame. And I just wanted to ask, when he was first talking about a person being too tough, when Virgil's trainer was talking, he was talking about Baccarat.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow, that's cool.
He said this is what he really said. He said, I don't think, he said it don't have nothing to do with, because Paulie was trying to say maybe it's the promotional company. He was trying to say maybe he need to get with a better promotional company or somebody that can manage him, because he didn't know that he was with Igor Klimas. Ironically, the same guy that was behind Lomachenko, and he behind a couple other guys. And he was saying, man, maybe it's promotion and he shouldn't. I think it was called Main Event. I think it was called
Main Event.
Yeah, he said,
bro, they gotta stop shitting on Main Event. Go ahead though, bro.
But and Rob shut that down. He said, listen, it don't have nothing to do. He said, even though they don't have a contract with getting people on TV, he was saying that they can they do a good job at placement and getting their fighters to fight on networks to where they can get TV time. And Robert flat out said, he said, I don't think it's that. He said, it's not that. He said, it's not really any of these excuses they're using. He said that the dude is really just that dangerous. And he said, that's when he went into why. He said, because people started asking me, why didn't Virgil accept it? And he said, we would have accepted it. It was just the 10 pound. And that's why I said, we're not going to do that. So that's bringing it full circle.
But dude, please tell me that's cap. Like, please.
Nope.
I'm astonished. I'm
That's
astonished
Robert
like AC,
Garcia,
bro.
bro. He said it.
Stop.
Cap, bro.
Stop. That is not
one
Hall of
word.
Fame trainer. Not the Hall of Fame trainer,
Yes.
Robert Garcia.
It's not cap, bro. I mean, Virgil's 5-year plan ain't up to fight Boots yet neither. Nobody gonna talk about that. How his daddy said it's gonna be 5 years before he fight Boots. Like 4.5. Virgil got an excuse for everything, bro.
But please tell me this. Who came up with the excuse about main event? Please tell me who complained about the promotional company main event?
Because nobody knows who he signed to, so it's always who he signed to. That's why they can't get him. Or why did Lubin not take the fight? Because the purse bid, and it was only going to be like 1.2, 1.3. He might get that fighting.
Bro, that is nasty. That is disgusting.
Well, Paulie tried to do it because he said that's who Bakram chose. He said, "Man, you got."
And y'all being serious? Y'all not trolling? Y'all not trolling?
He said no. Paulie brought it up, but it was somebody in the comment section who said something about promotion. He was like, "Man, don't bring the promotional companies." And then that's when Paulie started going into, maybe he should have got with somebody.
No, did y'all catch what I said though? I said, is y'all trolling or y'all being like dead ass tonight?
No, like the shit that Bodywork just said, I just heard, but it's been like, why he ain't had a fight? Why I'm supposed to fight 2-3
And I'm not saying that Body putting out bullshit. I just thought Body was trolling. Robert really came out and said the 10 pounds, and that is just that dangerous.
Yeah, he just said
it.
Wow. Yeah, that's a clip. That wasn't AI.
Wow.
That wasn't AI. That wasn't AI. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Erickson Lubin fought 4 title eliminators to get to that spot and then moved away. Like Josh Kelly's the mandatory. Virgil moved away.
No,
he has no number 1 or number 2 guy.
No, that's disgusting, bro.
So he's looking like you say, he's looking like Bakram the boogeyman. It seems like, won't nobody get in the ring with him.
That's disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
If that was my coach, we'd be done. Our contract would be over.
Bro, hey Trey, check this shit out, bro. We was cooking on this shit so hard yesterday that, we was basically calling all of these dudes out. Like everybody. And people are telling us that the 154-pound division is so deep, so talented. It's ooty ooh. I mean, you selling that shit like it's literally a brick of platinum, but yet nobody want to fight this dude. Okay, the division is deep, but just I'm gonna quote something from Tim Bradley. The division is deep, but ain't nobody got no balls.
I don't know who's gonna fight Bakram. I think the closest name is Josh Kelly. He's the mandatory, allegedly, but outside
Josh
of that,
just going to go get that 1.2. He don't care about none of that, and that's what
you don't get the 1.2. You get the lower end of that.
Yeah, you get the 2. Somebody gonna get the 1.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Lubin, after he did all that cock blocking, excuse my language, blocking Boots from getting that fight, and then when he found out what the purse bid was gonna be, he was like, "Oh hell no."
But let me ask y'all this question.
He said they're gonna give me double to fight Virgil. Or if I go to the intern champ instead of all that, my last chance at a world title shit. All that went out the window when the damn purse bid came into play. He didn't even wait for it.
Yeah, and that's the part. That was the part I was going to ask y'all about. It was like, yo, my last chance, to get a belt and all of this hot shit you was talking. You was right there. Regardless of a purse bid or whatever, you still got the belt. It's not the amount of pay what you that's in front of you right now. It's the thing after that. It's how you move after that.
Hey, salute Cookie, salute Brooklyn, salute Easley, salute his twin, man. What's up, everybody?
I don't really understand that type of mentality. I mean, you got to make a sacrifice. Sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to take 10 steps forward. And it doesn't seem like that's the balls these dudes at this so-called deep division want to follow.
He not doing that. That man saw double of what he possibly was.
Hey, let me go look at these IBF rankings.
But he's a if you beat him, you're a champion. If you beat him, you're a champion. So the next fight you get, you're gonna get a hell of a lot of money. Because then if you decide to fight Virgil like that, Virgil is actually up for a belt. But then again,
What?
I don't know if Virgil will take the fight because I'm gonna
He
be
ain't never
real
took- he ain't
weird.
never
I'm
took
gonna
a
get
fight.
real weird if let's just say Lubin won that fight, and then nobody talked about the 10-pound rehydration, which I think that's more what would have really happened. Like if Lubin would have won that fight, nobody be talking about it's a 10-pound rehydration. So
Hey, I'm on the IBF thing right now, and it really shows that nobody is rated at number
Nope.
one or number
number
two, bro.
Nope.
Well,
Why
this is
wouldn't
what it
Boots?
is.
Why wouldn't Boots be? Never mind.
I
don't
went
wanna
back.
say
Look, now I went back, right, being thorough like I am because I wanted to dive more into Lubin since I gave him a pass. Remember, I gave him a slight pass, but this was
Yeah.
Lubin saying. Lubin basically saying that him and Virgil they fighting for the WBC interim, and his whole thing is Lubin say, listen, man, I want to get. He said I wanted to do the IBF thing. He's like, but it seemed like it was taking too long. He said, I figured that if I could get the WBC, then that'll put me in line to get Fundora because he really want to get his get back with Fundora. And he said, more importantly than fighting the other champions, he said he want to get his get back with Fundora or his get back with Jermell Charlo. He said, that's really, he said, above all things, he said, that's what I want the most.
Bro,
So
Bachman
if he is to win this one
champion for a
against
minute.
Virgil, this would be the WBC interim. That'll put him in line for Fundora.
But just like AC was saying, if he beat Bachram, he get the belt. Now you make yourself more accessible. You make yourself like, okay, now I gotta fight you. Because and then if it's a unification, there's no 10-pound rehydration.
See, I'm with it. I agree. Like I'm like, man, listen,
I'm not
man.
giving
I
no
don't-
pass, bro.
So
He gives you
Bachman
no
been
pass.
champion.
Yeah,
So
you need to
Bachman
go
been
get-
champion since.
I'm not giving him no excuse.
Yeah, he don't get no pass. Bachram been champion since he beat Zoo. After he dog walked Zoo, ain't nobody want to get in the ring with him.
And that's been since. So look, that's been since March of
Last year.
2024 when he got that belt. And you mean to tell me he only defended it one time?
I don't even know if he defended it one time.
He didn't defend it yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Erickson Lubin and Erickson Lubin had a purse bid. Erickson Lubin pulled out of the purse bid like a week, 2 weeks before purse bid because somebody told him, hey, this is what possibly is gonna be. He pulled out of that and he ended up fighting Virgil right after Thurman pulled out of the Virgil fight and was supposed to be fighting Fundora. But now neither one of them fighting. So it was musical chairs, bro. Like I get people like want to like play with boots with that, but these guys cock blocked them because Tellez didn't have no fight and he did have a fight.
Yeah, but there you go with that. There you go with that shit again, Pop.
I'm being for real. They played
Bro,
after he signed the deal. After he signed the deal, look how many people not
at
fighting.
the end of the day, but again, at the end of the day, you're the A side to damn near everybody except Errol Spence and maybe Jamal Charlo. Everybody that's currently
Rashidi Evans
active
get
right
10
now,
grand.
Jerome
Get
Boots
10
and
grand to fight Javier Fortuna, bro. Stop.
Listen to me.
I overpaid. If you about to get 10 grand for Javier Fortuna, I gave you $250,000. Now who look dumb now?
But what I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, out of all
Who's
the
getting
current
10
fighters
grand?
at 154 pounds,
Rashidi's
you're the
getting-
A side to everybody.
For what?
You control that shit right now. This is your division. You control that shit. Just
Who
because
getting
who you
10
got
grand?
backing you,
Stop playing.
just because who you got backing you, and that person's relationship to the bag. So you can call the shots. You tell Eddie, listen, Eddie, make this fight with me and Bakram and tell the Sheik to throw something on it because I know the Sheik will want to see this joint. Me versus Bakram, me versus me just going straight after Yoenis Tellis, and then I get elevated, me going straight after Fundora, me going straight after what's his name? Xander Zayas. That boy damn near had, because of his name recognition compared to everybody else at 54, it just don't work, bro. That shit just don't work. With that But that's basically what I'm saying.
Yo, so look, AC. I just, man, it's just nasty work. I'm speechless. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all got it, man. Once y'all ready to talk about that 135 division, I'm ready, man. But
Okay, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Rashidi Ellis is getting 10 grand to fight in his hometown against Javier Fortuna.
Wow.
He turned down $250,000. You was getting 3 grand a round in the league you was in. You understand what I'm telling you, bro? Like, I'm not gonna just be throwing out all my budget. I got a bunch of other fighters too. I'm about to make this work. I'm doubling what these guys would be their highest payday. They said no. Erickson Lubin turned down every attempt at step aside money. This is my last chance. This is my last chance. Lenny Zayas had just had a fight. He still ain't got no fight. And look at what Fundora did. Tellez was supposed to be the next one up. He ended up losing, but he had a fight. Then when Boots signed, he didn't have a fight. Then he ended up losing to a boss. They played music of chairs at 54, bro.
Yeah, I get that. I get that part.
I'm not
but I'm just still talking about.
Petty, bro. I'm not like, okay.
I get those guys play musical chairs, right?
$250,000. I'm offering him $250,000. He's making 3 grand a round. He may fight 2-3 times a month.
This is what I'm saying though. I get those guys are playing musical chairs, but to me, Boots is the nigga that controls the music. So for me, you can't play the game without the music. So
you give him a little bit too much with, like, he just got there one.
Yeah,
he just got there.
And it was against Wiesma. It was against Wiesma.
I give him, like, he can be the A side on that. But you talking about going into them champions, them promotional companies not giving him A side. Definitely not with Top Rank. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Top Rank is not giving up no A side. PPC not giving up no A side like that. This is Bud Crawford. That's an anomaly. But everybody else was not A side.
But at the end of the day, name recognition, the hype behind the name, the machine behind the name. At the end of the day, Top Rank Machine is still a very, very impressive, consistent, legendary machine. PBC is also a great machine. But when you talk about that, the zone machine backed by that Turkey Al-Sheikh money.
It's not backed by Turkey, though. This is all Eddie. This is Eddie with his daddy budget. He's not playing with Turk budget no more.
But he could still play with Turk budget because the Turk
when the last time you seen him do a Turk card? Like, it's been almost a year since he done a Turk card, bro. Since the Turk dissed him.
The Turk
on some real shit. He ain't done a Turk card in a minute.
What I'm saying is
it's been match room in the fuck out of everything. No rider season on his mat. I've been paying attention. This is all Eddie.
Yeah, it is. I'm not saying it's not all. I'm not saying what these fuckboy moves is all Eddie. What I'm saying is
I don't even think these other promoters are fuck with Jerron and his.
The Turk can actually step in because the Turk has made conversation and say, listen, Boots, we'll do something big. I want to see you in some big fights. What does Boots say? That made it classic. That made a classic statement. I need 2 tune-ups. Turk told that nigga, well, if you're going to do those 2 tune-ups, you go over there with Eddie. When you ready for the big fight, you come see me. The big fight is him versus Bakaram. Him versus, Fundora. You go after one of the champs, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to, you know what?
But I really hope, I really hope Keith Thurman can snag a belt. I don't care who it's against. I just want Keith Thurman versus Boots, man.
I don't
think Boots gonna take that fight, man.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I don't think he got no choice on what fight he can take or cannot take if it's presented to him.
Body, where you at?
Crazy, you just said that.
Y'all hash it out.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think like the fight that if it makes sense. I don't think like I hear so much dumb shit like the Devin talking about fighting me at 47. And I'm leaving. You see me leaving this motherfucker, like.
But hey, Devin stated a fact earlier. Jerron's a great fighter, and he's done a great thing. But who is he? Who? Because he's done nothing that Devin done.
I get that's cool. Hey, Dad.
And that's what Devin said.
That's hey, Dad. Don't get in that ring with him. Don't give a fuck what you done. Don't give a fuck what you done. Don't you get in that damn ring with him. You gonna figure out who he is. He gonna make his mark on you. So you stay where you at with Brian Norman. Stay right.
What you say to that? What you say to Dad?
Listen, don't you get in that fucking ring with that boy. He's your side, but he really can punch. You know what I'm saying? He really can punch. You know what I'm saying?
Why you ain't turn your camera on, man? I thought you was going.
I'm being what you want to see out look. Don't you get in that goddamn ring with him, Dev. You stay right where you at. You stay right where you at, buddy. You don't get in that ring with no. I ain't saying Boots is this world beater, bro, but not you, homie. Not you.
Yeah, Boots is just too big and too much of an athlete for Dev.
Hey, you know what? I hope Devin and T.O. fight, man.
I ain't gonna say that I'm past it, but bro, that shit looking like a foregone conclusion. T.O. just said, I don't know, he just said that plan A is Manny and plan B is Shakur. So we can go to 35 if y'all want to. That's what that nigga just said. I just heard him say.
Good segue then. Great segue.
All right. Well, yeah. AC was talking and he brought up something. And for the last couple weeks, I've been feeling this weird situation where it's like it's almost like as soon as Gary got up there to 135, it's almost like it was a whole bunch of like weird energy going on. And I was like, hold on, man, because I understand, especially being from here, right? I got love for Gary Antoine. I got love for Tank. Them my DMV people. You know what I'm saying? Them my DMV. I would have literally went to Suitland High School had I stayed where I was originally at. So we from the same area, like we exactly from the same exact area. I just happened to go to the Army, and when I came out, I moved up here to Baltimore. I'm never going to be perceived as a Baltimorean.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Even though I'm here, they're never going to look at me like I'm straight Baltimore. So I'm in between worlds. So for the longest time, every time Tank would have a fight, you would hear from Gary and them, and I'm like, man, I hate that it's like that because people was wanting to see more from Gary, and all I can hear, because Gary been asking to fight Tank, and it was always this pushback. And whenever I listen to Tank's camp, they were just basically saying, listen, stay active, move up to the division, go into the division and have some fights. Like, at least get up to the division, because we can't keep doing this with you being down there at 126. That was 2 divisions apart in itself. And then with you being inactive, just get up there to the division. And so for the longest time, I was like, well, the camp dude got a good point, Gary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Move up to the division. So when he moved up to the division, and he just dispatched Hugo Castaneda in the fashion that he did, looking sharp, looking good, like getting the rounds in and doing whatever he wanted, and then closing the show when he wanted, how he wanted. I'm like, man, the dude was cold. Like, he's always been one of the most skilled boxers. He reigned for 6 years, 352 days. But the thing is, he was only fighting once a year. And when he actually lost his belt, that's when I think his shoulder had came out, and he really won that fight. But I was thinking, this is the background. You know, him and Shakur shared a division before. And him and Shakur shared a division. Shakur and Oshaki, they shared a division. And, you know, everybody know that Mr. Gary Russell was never shy of calling out anybody for no smoke and talking to anybody about no smoke, you know, and petitioning for all of the smoke. So here recently, he kind of like, not saying that he don't still want to fight Tank, because he still want to get it on with Tank. He's still thinking, everybody in the DMV know that would be a big fight. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know out here that we've been wanting to see that forever. Like, that's one of the only fights that I'm like, man, I don't know. That's the one, like, I ride with Tank, you know, but that's one I respect. Mr. Gary Russell. He's always been one of my favorite fighters. Like, some of the fastest hands in boxing. Definitely one of the highest boxing IQs I've ever seen. Just a skilled dude, you know. So I always was saying that's one of the dudes that actually make me nervous for Tank in the Tank fight. I don't know who would really, like, with them both active and Tank being on his A game and Mr. Russell being active, like, that's some predator shit for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be happy to see it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I always felt about that fight. But he recently traded his crosshairs and put him on Lamont Roach. And Lamont Roach was basically saying, nah, he don't even want to have no parts. So Lamont Roach is going up to actually go fight the Mexican Pinata. I call him the Pinata. And Isaac Cruz, you know what I'm saying? It's like he gonna bust all the hot tamales out of Cruz, even though he could get upset. But I found it real weird that all of a sudden, because Oshaki had already put his crosshairs on Shakur for being in the lower weight class, and that's when Ray Ford started getting on to Oshaki. But Oshaki like, nah, I'm going for big bro. I'm not looking back. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward. So I got this obstacle in Fulton ahead of me. After that, I'm going to move up. So Shakur started looking at this TO stuff. Now, in part because Tank, maybe he's trying to say that because Tank going to go entertain Jake and all that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows where Tank is really at, whether he's fully in, whether he's just getting the money. Nobody knows. Yeah, at least I don't. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of like, now it's like the division is just running ragged. Loma's gone. Raymond Mortaya, he supposedly like don't want no, he supposedly ducked like $2 million to fight Andy Cruz. Supposedly he turned down 2 million big ones, and he ain't doing it. They saying he looking at going up, but they still in negotiation, I think. So it ain't no final verdict on that from what I've seen. So we don't know what's going on with Raymond Mortaya. We know that Abdullah Mason got a fight coming up with Sam Noakes. So I started looking at the marquee names. If Mr. Gary Russell Jr. is going to stay active, Lamont Roach is making a pit stop up there with Pitbull, but I know he want to get his get back with Tank, and whether or not they're going to do that, whether or not Shakur going to finally come to the table, if he just going up there to make a pit stop with T.O., we don't know. So I'm looking at the landscape of 135, the lightweight division, and I'm asking everybody on the panel and out abroad, what the fuck is going on with the lightweight division?
Niggas trying to pick and choose and do what they want and trying to just move wacky in my eyes.
Okay, so can we start talking about?
I said niggas.
No, I'm saying, can we start talking about the younger breed in here? Well, at least the newer, the Albert Bell.
Yeah. The Albert Bell.
Dari.
Right, but listen to this. Why?
Ain't this your guy? What's his name? Jadari Herrera.
Yeah.
Albert Bell is literally nice. Like, if niggas don't think that niggas need help, that nigga nice.
I hate to say it. After I think he's gonna wipe the floor with JoJo Diaz. Do we start giving Floyd Schofield, you know what I'm saying, like a notable look? Lucas Body, like, I mean, these is like, we can't be worried about what it used to be, man. That shit about to be out the door.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was, okay.
And Roach said he's never going back down to that 30. He said he's not going back down to 30, so they can cancel that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say this. I could think of a good next fight for Mr. Gary Russell, and I don't think this guy would turn it down. How about Gary Russell versus Andy Cruz?
At 35?
Yes.
Right now?
Yeah. Because what's the name just is ducking
Right
him.
now?
Yeah.
No, like right now?
What the fuck you fuck? Yeah. Like
Oh
if they
my
could make
God.
that fight soon, then yeah, get that fight on.
I don't think Eddie gonna. If Mortal is not gonna fight Andy Cruz and he's not keeping that belt, he's gonna try to get Andy Cruz a fight against.
The only other place where he's sitting anywhere close, he's got it's the WBC. Andy Cruz is sitting at the number 1 spot for Shakur Stevenson, and he's sitting at the number 1 spot for Tyler. He's sitting at the number 3 spot for Tank with the WBC, and he's sitting at the number 7 spot for the winner of Mason versus Noakes.
He's number 7 in the WBO. So I get it. Like get him a fight, but I think if
so pissed at this fucking division, man. I'm so pissed at this fucking division.
If he turn down all that bread, bro, if he turn down $2 million,
I want to look at that fucking
like Eddie Cruz, they might get Mark Masadio against Andy Cruz for the IBF belt. It will be vacant. I guarantee you. If
they gonna try. Wait. You saying they gonna try to bring back Maxayo?
He's ranked number 4. There's no number 2. Schofield's number 3.
Damn.
Right? Bro, I be looking at this shit totally different now, bro, because it's not how we think it should be. It's how they got the shit set up.
Yeah.
And there's no number 2. Schofield's 3. He got a fight coming up against JoJo. And if Mortal is not gonna fight, you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna apply pressure to be like, oh, yo, go ahead and hurry up and get your ass fuck up out of here then. If you're not gonna fight.
So I heard Mortalo was talking about going to 140.
So if you're not gonna fight, get up off the belt. You have Andy Cruz fight Mark Masadio. You know what I'm saying? Get him the belt. Put the belt on him. Make it look good. But then you can start calling out any and everybody.
I think if they
Mark don't deserve that opportunity. Give it to the next guy.
You saying give it to Lucas Body?
Yep.
Yeah, Luke. Then it was Lucas Body or Albert Bell.
I would probably say if Maxaya got that opportunity, I think they might make a Maxaya versus Lucas Body fight. I don't know if
ain't Body in the Body ain't in the WBA ranking?
Yeah, he's ranked number 2.
Yeah, so he in the WBA. See, Mark Maxayo just got the WBC Continental or something.
Oh, okay.
So you know how they do that. You know how they doing that, man. My whole thing is, man, Shakur better be. Then he kind of got to be careful, man, because if he gonna go up there for T.O., which is a weird move with him having he got the WBC. He wanted to mess with T.O. for the WBO, but he's getting ready to that's the line.
He's too satisfied with that number 1 spot, man. He's too satisfied with that number 1 spot.
What, in the WBC?
No, and as the number 1 guy at the division, he too satisfied with that shit.
No, you got. You the champ, bro. You got to fight somebody, bro. Everybody can't.
Yeah, everybody. But that go for every champion, though. That go for every champion in that division. And I'm not talking WBO only simply because nobody has the belt, So I'm gonna respect.
That's where we're talking. Like, it's looking like Mr. Gary Russell going up there and made a town that had a saloon, had a whorehouse, had a little casino, had a jumping bar. This nigga walk into town and now the shit is a ghost town. Everybody done packed up, put their wagons on, grab their hoes.
Where's Gary at? Where's Gary at in the rankings?
35. The last fight was at 35.
Yeah, where he at in the rankings?
Nowhere. Not in the rankings.
Yeah.
See, and there's another thing.
That's weird energy.
Bruh, like, why are you with
Maxie
the
Hughes?
Why is he with the PBC? That's my whole problem.
Jose Venezuela? Like Joe Cordina?
Bro, I see a bunch of names over here that Lazario Alvarez. You know what I'm saying?
Bacador Usamano.
See, there's a bunch of Diego Torres. I don't know who these guys are, but they be like. Here's the thing too. He's hard to deal with, bro.
Mark Magasayo.
He says no too much. Like I mean, Gary said no so much.
And
in
Floyd
the past.
Schofield don't want that IBF belt. He don't want that shit.
Who?
Floyd Schofield. If he wanted it, he would have been grabbed it.
No, yeah, he like right where he's at.
He could beat Morataya. What the fuck? That boy Morataya is tailor made for fucking Floyd Schofield.
He's fighting JoJo Diaz.
It's an old man, but it's a good name.
Yeah, it's a great name. What the fuck?
Yeah, so
JoJo is way past it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's it's a
Javier Herrera.
It's a resume. It's
way past it, bro. Like,
yeah, it's a
Shusuke Suki. Like
it's a resume builder.
Pablo Vicente. Like, bro, stop playing, bro.
But JD Herrera is alright though. This dude is alright. JD Herrera.
Armando Robbie.
Listen, in a little bit.
Alan Abel Chavez, he 42-0, but ain't fought nobody.
Listen, in a little bit, Oshaki Foster and Raymond Ford and like the Nick Ball, all them dudes gonna be at 35.
Yeah.
Like Albert Bell name gonna start the pop.
Raymond is number. So look, this how I go: 5, 3, 4, 4.
It's a lot different, man.
Yeah, and Mason probably ain't gonna be here. You know. Really probably past 26.
Ooh, once he get up to 40. Ooh, once Mason get up to 40. Oh my God.
I think he might even that growth spurt might be so crazy he might just
he gonna be solid. Ooh,
if he go look, if the growth spurt ain't really that bad, 40 sounds good. But I think if the growth spurt is to normal or a little excessive, I'd love to see him at 47. A young Mason at 47. Oh my God. Got some weight behind him.
Not right now. But yeah, for sure. But not right now. Not against Dev Haney. Not against.
No. He's still like I'm talking about.
Against Brian Norman.
Wherever that growth spurt is. But what I'm saying is, once he gets up to 47, there's still a lot of work at 47 that people don't talk about. Because you still got the likes of a dude I'm kind of big on is Polanco and some other names up at 47, and a lot of those dudes at 40 are gonna wind up at 47.
Nah, bro. If he fight Polanco,
No. I'm not saying he would fight Polanco now.
No, I'm saying period though. That nigga Polanco is strong. What the fuck?
Polanco's a problem, but if we're saying Mason is who he is, then it shouldn't be that from a fan base. It shouldn't be that difficult to actually see.
Here, let me help you out. He's who he is at that division.
Huh?
He's who he is at that division right now at 35. But let him go ahead and touch them waters at 40. He gonna have a fight with Tio if he fight Teofimo. Like, you feel me? He gonna have to fight if he fight Richardson Hitchens. You feel me? He might outbox Hitchens though, but it's gonna be close.
No,
you feel me?
I think Hitchens is the best boxer up there. It's Hitchens and then Sandor Martin are the two best boxers I think at 140. Bro, Sandor Martin is a problem. That dude just can't get a shake, and we keep seeing this dude with people.
He got an ugly style. I seen him. I watched him live beat Tio. I watched him live whoop on Tio. That shit I was like, damn. And then when I walked out I left early, I was like, damn, Tio gonna lose this fight. I left at like the end of the 11th. Before I got to the train, they was like, Tio won the fight. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, Sandor Martin could box his ass off, bro. He's just
he can box. He got an ugly style. And he don't and he too conservative. He won't. You can't force him to get in there and like finish the job and be like, yeah, because
he's a pure boxer.
Those was not trips. I seen that shit. I was not that far away. I had some real good seats. Those was flash knockdowns he got on Tio that they didn't get out. Those are all solid. Word. Word up. Real talk.
Sandor
in the garden in the Hulu Theater. Real talk. That's where that happened at.
Yeah.
All that, I still got his shit. Yeah, I was there for that fight.
And for me, Hitchens, he got the length, he got the height, he's got the ability. He showed.
Hey, he won that fight though.
He's showing new levels. Yeah, he's showing new levels of fucking wrinkles that he's unfolding and shit like that. And his body attacks. Woo! So,
I mean, man, that's a whole, like, to be truly honest with you, right about now, that's a whole nother, like, at 140, to be truly honest with you, like, everybody been talking about 154, but 140 ain't losing no steam.
No.
You got Real on this card coming up. You got Gary coming up.
Them niggas want to fight each other. That's what make 140 more hotter to me than 54. I mean, and at 35, one dude came up in the town, rode in the town. And
no, they do want to fight each other at 40 for sure. AC, say that shit louder. I don't think they heard you, bro. They do.
They really do want to fight each other, and they trying to fight each other.
Hey, Pollo made the fight happen with Matias. Hey, Gary Antoine Russell made the fight happen with what's his name? That lost to Isaac. I mean, that beat Isaac Cruz.
I hate to say
Jose,
this.
right?
Yeah,
I hate to say this loudly. The only person that came up to 140 and looked like he didn't really want to fight nobody was my guy.
Devin Haney?
Yeah. Because you sat on the belt.
He cherry picked definitely when he went up there.
For a minute, and it made no sense that you
like he never thought to say Sabria Matias' name. Like I'm totally with you because he never thought to say that name.
I don't give him a pass.
They never responded to Gary.
Yeah, I don't give him a pass on his moves at 140. No, it's not. That's not how champions move. That's not how a lineal, franchise.
Who had the lineal at 40?
Huh?
Who had the lineal at 40?
At that time, it was Tio.
Tio
still had
Josh Taylor.
Yeah, he still had the lineal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, I was glad when Tio beat Josh Taylor. He put on a masterful performance.
Yeah, he put on a master performance on Josh Taylor. I'll be real with you. The last press conference at the stare down, and everybody was like, Josh is gonna do this, Josh is gonna do that. I said, nah. Tio looked like he got something for his ass tonight. Tomorrow night, and he had some form. After that, it was, Josh is old. He been in so many wars. Blah 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 blah. He wasn't saying that shit before the fight, but that's the last time Tio looked like the Tio that we used to be like. Was one of the
excited to watch. Like, oh my god, like I'm getting
know,
up to watch this. You feel me? Like I'm gonna stay up tonight. Tio fighting.
I'll be truly honest with you. The last fight he had, when all three of them fought at the Garden, I was upset that I was like, yo, that's disrespect. Tio's the only champion on the card, and you got him as the first fight. He had the most exciting fight, other than Ryan getting dropped by Rolling. We was like, what the fuck is going on here? Tio had the most exciting fight.
I really don't like that Rolly versus Ryan fight. Like, I'm glad Rolly did what he did, but when I say I don't like it, I mean like I don't like that. It wasn't no people there for real. Like, I don't like that. I didn't like that venue. That's trash. Don't do that.
That shit was for rich people, bro. That's like on another level. Like the way, like me and AC was like, the only way they can have people there is if the offices, you gonna have people in the buildings being able to look at it or some shit like that, and then you can have it on the big screen and you can watch it. But then once they was like nobody like 30 fucking people, like them seats had to be like $1 million a pop.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And Times Square, and the way they had to shut Times Square down, like to live in New York, bro, to shut Times Square down, bro. I'm be real with you. They don't do that shit for movies. You gotta get a permit. They be talking about 25 mil. So you talking about that man spent about 25, 30 mil to shut down a few blocks on Times Square.
Nah, that's fire.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was
that shit
only
was
the
still
people
weak.
that could afford to go there. Like, ain't no
That
going to
shit was
that
still
fight.
weak.
You know what I'm saying? And they had you blocked off 200 feet away. So if you still standing by the barricades, you gotta look up at the damn screen. You might as well be at the crib. You see niggas had to get in the van and drive to the damn hospital. This like,
Well, in this division, man, at 135, do y'all think he made a good choice in going up to fight Pitbull, or should he have fought Gary Russell?
I think he should have fought Gary Russell. But I get that Pitbull in today's boxing crowd has developed a nice name for himself. I think it's an easy fight for him. I think it's a tailor-made fight for him. I don't see him being in trouble at all in that fight. Mm-hmm. It's the type of fight that it's either, when you take a fight like that, to me, it's telling me whatever things you was doing, talking about at 35, that's completely behind you, because you're gonna go up there, outbox the shit out of him. People are gonna say he makes a statement, he puts a division on notice, and then he's gonna start to look for what the obvious is, either T.O. or the winner of whoever T.O. and whoever fights. Because now all these young niggas is trying to move up to 140 to go after T.O.
Okay, do I give you a damn, I was talking to somebody and the conspiracy theory sound pretty good. Do you not think that, because people are saying that, I hate to do this shit, that Tank's looking like he about 160 pounds right now. So after this Jake Paul fight, if you was able to fight Jake Paul and be at 160, why aren't you able to fight somebody at 147 in a real fight? That somebody would be Manny Pacquiao. That looked like a total PBC player.
I mean, that might be the play, but I mean, you can't regulate that now, man. That's once you start, he pretty much got up there with Floyd and what Canelo and them was doing, man. Once you start making that kind of bag, you can't really pigeonhole them dudes into doing nothing.
Yeah.
No, I just say that to say that, like, Roach can't be sitting there waiting for what Tank gonna do. Like, bro, if you talk shit but you really ain't crying about it because you said Al Hammond took care of you, you gotta take care of you right now, bro. Like, use what you damn, your opportunity that you got. You tied with Tank. Some people say you won. Hey man, run that shit up, bro.
So basically, you saying that Mr. Gary Russell will wind up being undisputed at 35, because it looked like the top, right now the top level of competition.
He don't get old, bro. If he don't get old,
he might be recovered. But the thing is, with Roach, if I'm gonna stay with Roach for a second and walk this thought all the way out, Roach might be food at 140, man. Like, I don't really see Lamar Roach, he's good. You know what I'm saying? He's good. Like I was happy for him when he actually got past Hector Garcia. You know, a lot of people really didn't want him to win that, or was like it was bullshitting on the verdict, but he won that. Local guy. I got a lot of love and support for him. You know, he did his thing with Tank. But as far as the dimensions and all that, I think he almost just like Cambosos at 40. Like at 40, I don't see Roach being able to do nothing with nobody like for real at 40. Like 40 is like, I mean, because I don't know, man. I look at people like if Keyshawn is gonna be up there, if Frank Martin gonna be up there, you got a guy in Tito Mercado up there. You got Alberto Puello up there, Sabril Matias, you know, Richardson Hitchens. Like none of them people.
He wanted Emmy Russell. He wanted Gary Antoine.
And I don't know, unless he sees something to know something. I don't know. I mean, because you think he can do better than like El Rayo?
That's not all right. I don't think he's. I think he's saying that to say this. I'm not about to keep cutting weight like that. I think a lot of these guys about to stop cutting weight, Biden. I'm gonna be truly honest with you. I think they about to fight where the hell they supposed to be at and be healthy.
I think to me, I think in part, because we talked about this too when it came down to Keyshawn and it came down to Shakur. It's like, yeah, they not gonna be cutting weight, but it's real interesting that because somebody mentioned Albert Bell. Yeah, Albert Bell is one of the sharpest, like one of the coldest dudes out here that's been waiting. And he said for the last, I think he said for at least 5 years. He said from 2018 to now, 7 years. He said everybody who came up through 130 that had a name that was anything of anybody, he said yes to him, and they all said no.
Oh yeah, he keeps on passing me by.
Albert Bell is one of the coldest cats, one of the coldest cats out here, man. Like that people don't know. I seen him years ago, and I was like, man, his form and his style. You talking about pure boxing, like and technique, like he got it.
I talk to Ohio about him, like me and Ohio talk about him all the time. And he's saying that he be like, he don't know what it is. It's a time thing, but he says yes to everything. And
I seen this dude. I seen it.
So it's not him, like, you know what I'm saying? So he just gotta go with the flow. It is what it is. Sad to say.
But he up there in the rankings now. They not gonna be able to avoid this dude. He up there. Like he waited his time, and yeah, they tried to stall him out, but I'm glad he moved up because they're not gonna be able to avoid him now.
Bro, the reason why them niggas down there was avoiding them, the niggas 6 feet tall. Like, bro, you 6 feet and you 130 pounds. You 6 feet and you 135 pounds. My goodness, bro. Yeah, that's Sebastian Fedora, but can box. You feel what I'm saying? That's Hamza Shiraz. That's Diego Pacheco. That fucking Tommy Hearns and what the fuck? I just Mark Breland type motherfucker right there, man. Like that nigga.
Kind of like what Espinosa doing. What Espinosa doing at what 126?
Yeah. What the fuck? Who was that? I'm just googling, and everybody that we talking about, I'm just googling them and just looking at their box record and see what they've been doing. Just I'm not really looking at the names of who they fought. I'm just looking at height, reach, number of rounds. He's 20. He got what? 28 wins, never been stopped, 9 knockouts, 6 foot tall, a 73-inch arm reach, bro. 32% knockout rate. The guy got 165 rounds. He's got 29 bouts. His age is 32. He's ranked number 8th in the U.S. According to the Boxrec rankings. He's ranked number 8 in the U.S. out of 298 fighters. He's ranked number 16 globally out of 2,647 fighters. Career started in 2013. God damn.
Hey, let me ask y'all about something since we stand in between divisions, right? This is a boxer. Even though like I know it's Danny Garcia's card, but Albright is fighting Richard Coleman on the co-main. Do you think that gets him in the rankings at all if he can beat Richard Coleman? I mean, you know, he had a little, you know, he did just whoop on. He did beat Kelvin and all the bullshit that happened, you know, in Virginia. But now here, Albright is not a bad fighter either. I just don't know where the hell he's gonna be.
Yeah,
because he floats between 35 and 40.
Let me ask you. Yeah, after we answer that question, I got a good question.
I mean, I don't think he lost the rope. He's 17-2. He gotta be more active, I think. I mean, but I don't know what. I didn't even know Richard Comey been through the ringer.
I see, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like the card tomorrow. Like if I'm bored, I might watch it. But this is Danny last hurrah. He want to retire with this one. So I'm looking at the card. Like you do got may want to see Albright and Colbert may get knocked out, or he may. I don't know. He's a streamer now, so I don't know what's gonna happen to him. I'm not actually been looking at the card, so I'm like, But now, but Albright, I'm like, you know, he can fight.
Why these dudes' fights not coming up on Boxrec though?
Who fight?
Like I'm not seeing these guys on. Oh, okay.
You see it?
Blast Ezekiel Cairo. Who the fuck? Going up against the Argentinian. Well, if Chris Colbert come out there looking chubby, he might get put to sleep because you can't.
Yeah, Chris, I'm not. I'm kind of done with Chris Colbert. I don't really. He from my part of town. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Ever since he got his cornbread taken, man, he ain't been the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look, he got Gabe. Like, oh shit, I don't even see Albright on the shit no more. But now I see Gabe Rosado on the shit.
Yeah.
And like I you know what? I'm gonna see who this Joey, the Wigger, like I don't even know the guy. I ain't gonna fuck his last name up. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody that on YouTube been talking crazy about him, like he Terrence Crawford 2.0. So I'm gonna just give him a look.
Yeah, I've been hearing that. But I wanted to ask y'all this. All right. Let's say Abdullah Mason beats Sam Noakes, right? Beat Sam Noakes.
Yeah.
But his actual title defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got Alan Abdel Chavez. He's probably going to dog walk Flores Jr. There's Zepeda, Joe Cordina, Andy Cruz, J.D. Herrera, Albert Bell. Let's say Mason versus Albert Bell. Albert Bell does have a height advantage over him, but Mason has the reach advantage. What do you think that as a statement fight and test to say, all right, Albert, you niggas never really gave you your chance. You nice and all of that. So I'm gonna put my son through fighting a very strong boxer.
You want to go first, body? You want me to go?
You saying are they gonna let Mason fight Albert Bell?
I was just saying, would that be a good title defense to make a statement at 35, or is it too much?
I don't think it happened. Because who was Bell? I'm trying to figure out who was Bell. Bell is with. I don't know who Bell is with. Let me see. Because he might not. The way I see it working out, I don't think Mason gonna be there that long. I think he gonna get a title, and
that's good. Well,
he's not gonna be there that long, man. He may get one title defense, and then he's gonna be.
And that's what I'm talking about. For me, like as far as the title, if you get into one title defense, who do you fight? Do you fight Andy Cruz, who's a hell of a bit of competition? You feel what I'm saying? He's looking really, really good. That he's joined with Bozy. Do you fight Albert Bell, or do you fight one of these other guys, Gabriel Flores? Which you dog walking. Zepeda's a big name. You feel what I'm saying? That's a Golden Boy fighter. You might make a bag. That might be the one that gets you the biggest bag. But as far as a real competition as a title defense, I think Zepeda's also tailor-made for you. So it's not going to be nothing that I don't think you can handle. Where you don't have the advantages at, you feel what I'm saying? You got a guy who's more experienced, got a lot more fights, a little bit taller than you, got the slight reach. And if you really want to test yourself at 40 to see what them niggas could really do at 40 and facing that next level of competition, then it's got to be either, for me, it's either Andy Cruz or Albert Bell. Everybody else that's up here, I think you walk through them dudes.
But look, this what they gonna do. They're not gonna put him in they're not gonna put him in jeopardy. What they're gonna do is if he do have a defense, because they're gonna be fighting for that vacant. So once they fight for that vacant, there's gonna be a minute before he have to do anything with a mandatory. So
yeah.
So they're gonna give him a voluntary. They're gonna match make him. And what we gotta look for is when he move up, because I think he getting ready to go to 40. I think the writing already on the wall. And that's why Shakur, he better be careful with these moves, because all that playing around, he gonna fuck around and go up there, and either him or Tio is gonna have to deal with that guy. Cause that's the line he in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when he move up, because I think he gonna be one of them ones that's gonna do it the right way. He gonna grab that strap and he gonna use it to move up.
But if he uses it right off of just getting it, I don't think he. I believe the rules say he needs three title defenses to be eligible as super champion, and only as super champion can a WBO champion at the lower weight class directly challenge the WBO champion.
He might not do it. He might not be able to do it directly, but I'm guessing he can put his name in the hat and petition him to do it. Okay. You know, but I think he gonna get a voluntary first. I don't know if he probably gonna defend it once. Like he probably gonna get a voluntary of their choosing. It's gonna be match made, and then he gonna move up. But I don't think it's gonna be nobody that's like
Renee Tellez Giron. It's gonna be against Renee Tellez Giron. He's right at the bottom of the ranking. Lucas Body is 14. Pablo Vincent is 13. Shu Uzuki maybe go over to Japan if this dude is actually adapt.
Well, I'll say this right now.
Bernacek?
Like his top rank has no home as of right now. When they actually figure out what they're gonna do, because
I thought they
Sliding
signed. I
scale.
thought they recently signed a deal with uh, a network deal.
I
Did
ain't
that
heard
happen?
nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Bro, Tiger's fighting on Pro Box in a few weeks.
Oh,
So they are evaluating talent, and you're about to see who's high on the list and who's not. So they may, like, you see they're not with ESPN. They may be trying to either go back with ESPN or trying to land something on the zone, but they're gonna be detaching fighters. It seems like, although we don't know about maybe Netflix, maybe Amazon, because their fighters have been on the undercards everywhere when you look at it. So Abdullah Mason, if he wins this fight, on, like, look who's on this card, bro. You got like damn near every promotional company on this damn card.
oh, they are going back to ESPN. At least this is what the AI is saying. They didn't sign with with Netflix. They were going to sign with Netflix, and I think that's what I was hearing. But they did approach the platform, but right now it says they're currently in the process of securing a new media deal after their partnership with ESPN ended. Okay, wait. I might have jumped the gun. Ended with reports from the front office of sports and Sports Cow. I don't. All right, I'll get back to you and find out what's really going on, because this was just the initial thing, and it's kind of like saying one thing but saying something else at the same time. Okay, Netflix and Warner Brothers said they're not interested basically right now.
Bro, you got all those fighters on Top Rank. And like, I had to look at it. It says Delonte Johnson. I'm like, yo, who the hell is that? And then I was talking to somebody who was like, yo, Tiger fighting on Pro Box. I was like, whoa, oh shit.
Wow. Yeah, they have nobody. They have nobody.
And I want everybody to watch this fight because you're gonna find out anyway when you're looking over there. If you're watching, Tiger got a new trainer.
Oh, word.
What happened?
He's not with Prentice anymore?
Got a new trainer. You're gonna find out. You're gonna see. If you watch boxing, you're gonna be like, yo, what happened? You got a new trainer coming up.
I don't like to see that, man. Like, you can't, like, with a guy like Nicholas Flaws, he got the salsa with him right now. He got the heat right now. You can't go in there without, even though I guess he wasn't with Prentice that long though, right?
Nope.
So,
and it's the backstory's crazy on it, but I was just like, damn, man. I said the same thing you said.
yeah, when y'all hanging out like that, that's why I don't know, man. That's why you can't get too close. Y'all gotta keep it. You kind of gotta keep shit like how people be like, work is work. Like you with your coworkers, y'all keep it work, and you can't go wrong. But once y'all start hanging together and y'all get personal, shit happens, and then just like being in the army, having a soldier and being too cool with one of your soldiers, it's like, nah, you gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just you gotta draw lines, man.
Yeah, as a chef, I never hang out with the cooks. I don't go to a bar with them. I don't do nothing with my cooks. I just go home. Y'all do y'all. You feel what I'm saying? I got weed and I got whatever I want to drink at home. I don't need to go spend my money on that.
It's like fraternizing. It's like fraternizing almost.
Yeah, because then you know, it may, because you think you see me in a personal setting, that means the, you know, where I'm looking for a certain word, but basically where the respect and authority begins and ends, those lines should never be blurred. You feel what I'm saying? When in the kitchen, you show up to work, yo, this is my chef, this is what I do, this is my boss. When you're at home, you know, I don't even, you know, I don't even really like giving dudes my personal cell phone number. You feel what I'm saying? But these days you kind of like do it, but they all get the message. Like if you call me like, hey chef, I just called to see how you doing, it's gonna be like, I'm alright, goodbye, click. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't fucking call me to ask me some shit like that, bro. Cause I listen, whether you think you my friend or not, I have no issue firing you like you're a perfect stranger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
What happened? Did Prentice ever pick up Conwell? Did he ever link that, or what's going on with Conwell?
It's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's difficult because I want to tell you, but we on air. And like,
okay.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? But it just know that like it had to be something for him to be like in the midst of all of this and how you like top rank. Y'all really don't have no platform and all this shit like that, bro. It's difficult to just be like, I'm gonna make a decision to go with a whole new trainer. When you go to like that's like you going to your people and they're like, yo, what you got for me? And they say Pro Box, and you like, hold on, you had nigga, you don't think I'm good enough to be on Rocket Season or some shit? Like you can't not one of these Netflix cars, like none of those joints. You have nothing from me. You got Pro Box with Nicholas Flaw. And I'm not even ranked at 42nd. That's what you got for me.
Wow.
Like, just be real with you. Like, so when it come to top rank, bro, it's like I'm a little skeptical. I feel like if Abdullah win that belt, they're just not going to make it easy for anybody else. Like, they're going to use Abdullah as a showcase to land somewhere. Definitely, at least a few fighters.
And that could have been Keyshawn, the businessman.
Yeah.
Damn. That shit.
Especially him fucking up. Especially him like.
Yeah, that shit keeps thinking, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you peel back a new layer, and it's like, damn, I keep thinking I found what the fuck smells so bad in here. You know what I'm saying? You clear it up a little bit, the air get a little fresh, and then it's like, you still smell that shit, don't you? Yep. Pull back another layer, like, damn.
And Abdullah's coming in with the same thing. Like, you know, my brothers can fight too.
Yeah, this is almost like when they was coming into that ESPN contract. So they need a star.
And when you think about it,
he's very talented.
Yeah. First you had Shakur, he walked away. You had Keyshawn, he fucked up. You know, he had his episode. And now you have Abdullah.
Ain't B Norm there too?
Yeah, but
I mean, if you pair it up like the Twin Towers, then
B Norm was not supposed to win it. He was not like they had no play for him winning that belt against San Antonio. They wanted San Antonio.
If he beats Dev, bro. They gonna.
Then you got something.
Okay.
Now you got something to shop to.
Yeah. That's an upset. And guess what? We got the guy on our roster that just handed out one of the biggest upsets, and it was all legal. No,
All on the same card too. It's on
Huh?
the same card too. It's on the same card.
Oh, whoa! Yeah, I forgot about that.
On the same card.
They setting that shit up. That's what the writing looked like to me.
So Top Rank is definitely looking to showcase their fighters in a big way. But when you talk about landing a network deal, it's like, well, what you got for me? And then you
Okay,
gonna
so
show them.
let's bring it a little full circle then. PBC is basically fucking with Amazon, right?
Yeah, but Dave Benavidez is headlining this rider season card. And
Yeah.
he's one of the top stars at PBC. So everybody's shopping their talent.
So basically, what I'm saying is, Gary Russell is he's still signed with PBC, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you got PBC and you got Top Rank. PBC is more a little bit secure with their Amazon card, and whatever big fights Tank gonna do, Amazon may just come back and say, all right, we may give you carte blanche not to do it as a pay-per-view, but these fights have to be big enough that you're bringing us new subscribers. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's a smart business deal. Minimum of views and a decent amount of new subscribers. And I don't mean like 100,000, like give us a fight that's, going to give us at least 10, maybe 15 million views.
Bro, you do know Beterbiev is on this card, right?
Whoa. No, I
You
didn't.
know, sir. Yeah, hold on. Body, you do know Sabril's on this card, right?
Yeah. You talking about the Night of Champions, right?
Yeah, the Dave Benavidez. Bro, this is the best rider card ever. This is the one that can make him be like, okay, I got it this time. There is no, like, when you think about this card, Beterbiev is pissed because Bivol, like, my back hurt, or so you pull up Ben Simmons. He's going to kill Damon Nicholson, bro. Or Damon Nicholson is going to upset the world. Sabril Matias is going up against Dalton Smith. So that's Sabril, who was, at one point, he was sitting on the top of the record label, but then he lost. So then you try to shit on him. He go to Koch Records and drop 3-4 platinum motherfucking albums independent. Oh, now you know who he is, but you want to put him up against one of your damn up-and-coming rising stars for his belt, Dalton Smith. Then we get to Bam Bam Rodriguez. Then the Abdullah Mesa Sam Noakes. Then the Brian Norman, Devin Haney. Like, bro, everybody's on this card, bro. If you're a promotional company, the fighters I just named, everybody's on this card.
Yeah, it's a good card. That's why I said I've been took my head off for this.
Like,
I said, man, this is what I'm talking about.
when I was talking shit about it, niggas, when I was saying like this is gonna be the card of the year, and then when we started looking at the shit, if niggas don't step their game up, this could be the card of the decade when you actually think about it, bruh. Because like when I just told you, Beterbiev is on this card, fighting for no belts after just doing back-to-back undisputed fights.
That's
And
crazy.
he's the opening act on the headlining card.
Yeah, it's a
Everyone-
lit card.
Everyone gonna be trying to outdo everybody. You know Dave Benavidez is not gonna be trying to let nobody outdo him on his card.
David been switching up a little bit. David been saying some funny stuff, like he teamed Devin, and he been saying they've been catching him saying some using his name and his headlines and stuff. It's like it's like I guess he like that turkey soup, man. He might be crossing over to be ride or die for full time or something.
Everybody is shopping. They're like, I don't say everybody, but between PBC and Top Rank, they're shopping their talent, bro. They don't. PBC barely got a home with Amazon, right? And it's based on Tank Davis and Dave Benavidez. What is Top Rank doing right now, but other than showcasing their talent? And their talent is winning, but it's like when it come time to land a network deal or multiple network deals, they're not going to take everybody, or they may want to take these guys. Like, everybody's like, who is Xander going to fight? He's going to fight a fucking nobody, somebody can whip his ass and look good in Puerto Rico. So when Top Rank go to shop their talent,
yeah.
Where we gonna land at? We gonna land on DAZN?
Bro, that's
gonna land on Netflix. We gonna land with we gonna land with either Netflix or Jake Paul, or we gonna land with Amazon, or we gonna go back to ESPN.
Hey, let me put it to y'all like this. The bulk of my consulting jobs as a chef consultant was to come into a restaurant and just get a good, solid, consistent month or two of, or maybe 3 months of solid sales so they can sell it, or they can put themselves in position to get a loan. So
you come in there like Bar Rescue, get them set up, and bro.
But I don't do equipment. But I just don't do equipment. I'll rewrite your menu, show everybody the new dishes, have everybody taste it. I sit around for the 3 months. I'm still the executive chef. When the job is done, I hand the keys over to the real chef, and I'm out. If everything works out, I get my second half of my pay, and I'm gone.
Well, Body, you want to go back to 35, or I want to ask y'all, because I've been looking at it, paying attention. There's a whole nother thing I want to ask y'all about. How it looked like Eddie is trying to recapture that promoter of the year, because if you think about it, he's not been using the rider season. He's been making all these fights on his own. And
before you get
it's open floor.
Yeah. So what I wanted to ask you was, did you watch the Boots post-fight interview?
You talking about when they was I watched clips of it after I seen him call out everybody after he won the fight. Okay. I don't need much else, bro. Like AC, stop talking to me like I ain't tell you that he should skip 54 and go to 60.
No, we've been that energy ain't changing. And understand what understand the question I'm gonna put out there to you, because
about to have me roll
you've been consistent.
All right, go ahead.
You've been consistent on a specific talking point, and for me, that consistency on that talking point makes this statement that Eddie said seem to clarify why Eddie said what he's saying. In that post-fight interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
He talked about, someone asked him about fucking with the Turk and stuff like that, and all of this other stuff, and he was just like, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about big fights and mega fights and things like that, dealing with the Turk, yeah. But if we're talking about, this TKO promotion with Dana White and going after the Ali Act, no. We only put on real fights. I'm a professional. He was like, I'm a professional promoter, and I only deal with professional fighters. He's a professional fighter. I'm excellent at my job. He's excellent at his job. Why would I want to change that? So I was like, whoa, was that a dig at Turk?
Yeah, it definitely was.
What the fuck is that?
What you mean? Turk took a dig at Eddie almost a year ago, bro. I don't remember. I don't forget nothing. And if you ask, I bet you if you ask Body, he remembered the dig that the Turk took at him almost a year ago. He took a dig when he kind of kicked Eddie to the curb and started fucking with Dana.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He did it. So when you think about it, this year, Eddie's been putting on, and it's gonna continue to put on a whole bunch of fights that when people be like, Eddie did put that on. Like he is about to put on the rematch with Eubank and Conor Benn. And that's gonna be a big fight, no matter what people say. They're gonna watch. He just put a lot of money into Ben Whitaker, which I was about to ask y'all about. Like, he just did the whole, you know, Jerry Maguire show me the money shit with Ben Whitaker. Shakur thinks that, oh, Eddie, you can't get me to fight with Tank, so I want you to have nothing to do with the fight with Tank.
And that's what you just said probably is why that reporter kept on asking them questions about a future bout with Ben Whitaker and Jerome Boots Ennis.
That's years down the road.
Yeah. That's what Eddie said. He was like, that's years down the road when both of these guys become the mega stars that they're destined to become.
That's years down the road when like after I make these guys superstars, and then if they want to fight, they can fight. But as far as where they're fighting right now, and the roster that Eddie's trying to assemble, he's trying to assemble the Avengers and be like, it's whatever. When I put the card up, you're gonna watch it.
He better be trying to fuck with the new Avengers. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I don't see no old guys. He has Shakur, but like, you know, when you look at some of the guys that's on his roster, man, and he can put fights up that people are gonna watch. They're gonna watch the card. You don't know them locally, internationally. They're known.
I mean, it could kind of make sense that, you know, that you could say, that's it. This because I remember, you know, the way Eddie was talking, like, between him and Turk, that they're gonna rebuild boxing. They're gonna be the two forefronts that are gonna bring us all of these great fights and do all of these cross promotions and stuff like that. And then the Turk says, you know what, I want to start my own league and I'm gonna bring in Dana White. Yeah, that is a fucking, on a level of business, that is a fucking real kick in the nuts and punch in the face type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
So like Diego Pacheco, right? That's a DAZN, that's a matchroom fighter. He's headlining the card in December. Mm-hmm. He's got Ben Whitaker coming on November 29th. He's got Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn also like in the 47 division. Like for some reason, people are gonna like, you know, Jack Catterall versus Usman. That's gonna mean something in the division. Like Eddie's putting on some pretty decent fights. From matchroom, like from start to finish the rest of the year. So this shit is funny right here. Rashidi Ellis versus Javier Fortuna. Anyway, but yeah, he's putting on some decent fights where I feel like he had to show and prove who he was after the Turk kind of like kicked him to the curb. Like, yeah, I got what I needed from you now. You know, you get your hustling, bustling ass up out of here.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if we get any more. Maybe after this one, I don't know if we get any more real Riyadh stuff.
I mean, the Inoue fight is a Riyadh fight,
and that's really like
that's dishing out talent because Inoue is a top rank guy.
Yeah, and basically, what I mean is it's probably going to be if it's a Riyadh card. I seriously doubt it'll have American fighters on it.
Oh no! You definitely It's a Japanese card, but it's top ranked, dishing out the talent.
So let me ask this question, and let's put this stake in the ground right here, as Bodywork would say. So, are we actually looking at the crack in the dam that we're looking at, maybe the last of American boxing, or we're looking at the beginning of where the Turk is just gonna completely fuck up and it's gonna be the end of Turk season?
No, I just talked with the same guy. Al's not going to be doing this too much longer, in his opinion. And what Al is doing, kind of like Top Rank, but Al is looking to where he's gonna have his best fighters land, and a lot of his fighters are going to end up on MVP promotions.
Oh, that's fucked up.
A lot of his fighters, it's an Ohio thing, and we can't say that. Looking at Jake Paul, that he don't put on great cards, and like outside of him fighting, his undercards be lit as fuck, and they be a bunch of like he have Top Rank fighters and PBC fighters on his card. He fights on two different. He fights on DAZN. He fights on Netflix. He'll have a card on Netflix and a fight on DAZN. Fight on Netflix and a card on DAZN.
Yeah, I mean, I could foresee the whole Netflix thing. It's going to be one of these streaming platforms.
It's going to be a streaming platform.
That's the way it's going to kind of go. I mean,
yeah.
So, you know, the end of U.S. boxing, I just think that I can't see it ending. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't see it ending.
I don't see it ending. I just think,
like you said, I get what you're saying with the Turk, but like I hope you don't get mad that that the streamer Jake Paul, who when you look at his numbers,
he's making his
always in the black, bro. He's in the black. He's never in the red when it comes to his numbers. He stays in the black.
And look at the only boxing event that put up numbers close to what Jake Paul did, and not even close, just blew him out of the water. But it's that Muhammad Ali versus Spinks 2. That shit did 2 billion globally, 90 million U.S. households watched that fight. And granted, it's on regular TV at the time, but for a YouTube streamer to come in and put up 110 million views versus him versus an old Mike Tyson globally, and then with the Amanda Serrano fight, that shit did 50 million. 50 million households who watched that. That still beat out the Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. That shit topped out at 41 million.
When you do the numbers,
he's solid, bro.
He's solid. He don't and listen, he's taking a budget and giving you this. It's not like we watched the Turk just throw away money all year for years. Just throw away money. When you look at Jake Paul, he actually giving you, outside of him fighting on the card.
So you're saying we gonna see? So you're saying we gonna see something like a Mr. Gary Russell on a Jake Paul card?
I don't see why not. If him not being on that, him being on the Matchroom card, and then you still got Golden Boy, who just be putting on shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, you fuck around and check the internet. Golden Boy like have the same type of series on YouTube but it's coming from the Matchroom
little ass venue.
Matchroom and the Golden Boy YouTube card.
Yeah, them Golden Boy cards look like Tuesday night fights and shit like that.
He's still putting them on.
Yeah.
Them Tuesday night fights, sometimes like that's when we saw some of the greatest fights ever.
Yeah. I saw a couple of early champions on them Tuesday night fights.
So like you're gonna have those being put on. You still got Queensberry. You know, it's like and be real with you. Outside of like he's got a lot of cards now, bro. We're not gonna act like he's got maybe the Bud card with Canelo and this card coming up. That would be a card that'd be like, yeah, that's something we asked for, bro.
So wow,
yeah, card.
We're looking at this little sliver when Jake Paul first came in. Now that shit's looking like you can park a couple of 18-wheelers in between that space.
You're saying, bro, he got like let's not forget he had Shoo on 2 of his cards, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's had Amanda Serrano, I think, like if I'm not mistaken, like this I don't know the last time that women have fought 3-minute rounds in a 10 to 12 round bout. And Alicia Baumgartner is about to do that.
Yeah.
And like this, when it comes to women boxing, he's got control of that.
Yeah.
Oh, like he just signed Alicia, like all that Detroit shit. She's from Ohio. I don't know how like instantly when I started seeing shit, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I call Ohio like, yo, with this Ohio thing, like you ain't even got it, like you ain't even got a lot. Like I was just fucking with him, but he was just like, you know, he instantly started laughing. And I said, yo, it looked like Al he ain't about to do this boxing shit too much longer because he's getting older. And let's not forget, like Al had like 200-300 fucking fighters at one point. He's gonna spread these fighters out, but who's gonna get the good bulk of them, the ones that he really want? Who gonna get the pick of the litter? Definitely goddamn Jake Paul.
Man, this
as American boxing, you just said the numbers.
But then
you just said the numbers yourself with me, AC.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
you got good matchmaking outside of him fighting on the card, and him like you just looking at this crazy ass white boy with tattoo and all that. He did this crazy shit, right? Whatever. Outside of that shit, the cards are put together immaculate. He give you what you want. You get knockouts. You get boxing matches. You get brawls. You get knocked down. You get slobber knockers, and then you get his bullshit. Outside of that, bro, he's staying in the black. He's never in the red.
Yeah, like his cards make money.
His cards make money.
Exactly, and I have to say this if we were talking about the 135-pound division, then everything that we're discussing right now, then that puts the division in even more jeopardy of being a ghost town. You don't think so? You think so?
Say that again, AC.
No, I was saying, based on what we're saying about what's going on between PBC and just everybody looking for platforms and numbers and stuff like that, then does all of these events right now make 35 even more of a ghost town?
No, because if you're signed to like Top Rank or PBC, they're literally gonna be throwing you on undercards and prelims.
So then where the big fights? I mean, I see what's going on with Abdullah Mason and stuff like that. But then when we was talking about, you know, a person like Gary Russell, Andy Cruz, you know, Floyd Schofield, Lucas Body.
Your talent's getting showcased.
So what I'm saying is from the way it's sounding.
Well, Schofield got
if it ain't a Tank Davis fight, pretty much
Schofield got a home. He's on Golden Boy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this:
PBC fighters, what you call got a home? He's on Matchroom.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this: if it's, you know, basically, if it's not Tank Davis, you ain't headlining no cards.
No, you would.
Nobody at 35 card. Is headlining anything unless you're named Tank Davis.
No, yeah, they're gonna put you, but they're gonna showcase their talent on a major card, on a Jake Paul card, on a Tank card, on a Dave Benavidez card, on a maybe like on an Alexander Usyk card, somewhere where like it's supposedly a big card. They're gonna showcase their talented fighters on that card, because you got to start looking for fighters that, like, let's say you got your main event is, your main card is 4 fights. You're gonna have prelims, and then you have prelims, a couple fights on the regular card, and then the main card. So you may have 12 fights on the damn card. We've all been through it. Like, man, damn, when the damn main card fight? I don't watch 7 fights, and I started watching the shit late. So they be having like between 7 to 10 cards.
The point is, what I'm saying is right now, just looking at it, and if I was to just take a snapshot right now based on this entire conversation, moving forward, unless your name at 35, unless your name is Gervonta Tank Davis, you ain't headlining nothing. Not a blood clot thing, na boy.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like right now, because it's funny, but like if Tio comes out and like all this talk that everybody was saying, and all this talk, and Tio jumps out here and says that you're plan B. I'm trying to get Manny Pacquiao as plan A. After all this talk, like, you really don't have, like, that's a slap in the face. That's a French slap in the face when they challenge you to a duel and slap the shit out of you with the damn glove. Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah, because you sitting at 35, if you're not going to unify, which you look like you'll be fighting Cruz or Moritano. You try to play like Abdullah's your little brother, but he ain't answer your phone call in over a year. What do you do? And let's be real. Like, Shakur, you're not a little dude, bro. You're not a little dude.
Yeah, he need to bring his punk ass up to 47 and stop playing.
You stop acting like you're this little dude and like, I'm really not. But wait, yeah, get the fuck out of here, nigga. We're looking at you in the ring. You'll fight certain fighters at a certain weight class, but you won't go to the weight class. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but bro, this is looking. This is like where boxing is right now, or even American boxing is with promotional companies right now. Now we're at, again, taking a snapshot. And if I take this snapshot, you basically have a handful of fighters that have the ability to lead a card and say, yeah, this is this person's card. You feel what I'm saying? And some of them are contingent because it's the dance partner. You feel what I'm saying? But I believe, the winner of Devin Haney and Brian Norman, they'll be in that category. That the winner of that, yeah, I headline my cards. They build cards around me. Abdullah Mason is not there yet. He's, although, depending on how, if he knocks Sam Nook out 8th, 7th, 9th round or something like that, he's gonna be in the talk that says, all right, you headline this card. Now we want to see you, if you have that star and draw power. So we may do something on a little smaller scale, but it ain't gonna have a lot of champions. But we just gonna see what type of views we get off of you. I could see something like that. Schofield, I don't know who he fights to get where he needs to be.
Hey,
Maybe
he dinosaur hunting right now, but I bet you he won't talk about Gary. He won't call out Gary.
Yeah,
I bet
and
you
that's
won't, I
where,
bet you
yeah,
won't fight Gary.
and that's where I'm just like, since this man came up to the division, the fights we really, really wanted him to see, it don't look like them shits is gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying? So he's basically, kind of like looking like the like King Boomy from fucking Avatar, the old man. But you let that nigga take his shirt off and pump up a little bit. That dude is brolic, so he's like the old brolic dude that'll fuck everybody up. You feel what I'm saying? That dudes, these young boys is just like, nope, not gonna happen. Nope.
But like, all right, if you was about to, like, how much would you invest in the Gary Russell Jr., Mr. Gary Russell Jr. right now?
That's kind of a good question and a fucked up question at the same time.
Real talk. It's like, like, if you look at his history, you know that he's tough to deal with business. He says no a lot. Like, I want this fight. All right, cool. I know you want this fight, but I need you to take this fight and this fight before you get this fight. No. Fuck, bro. Like, what the fuck? You do this shit every time.
No, I mean, but like anything else, it's just like how the climate of the business is right now, and where people didn't see it, they seeing it in hindsight, whereas they went over here and got this bag, or they avoided doing this because it was more money, and it's like enough people did that to where it knocked off the structure of boxing. So now these motherfuckers gonna have to fight tougher competition, and they're gonna have to fight more often because all of that bread, that shit about to disappear. Like, unless you can garner one of these streaming networks to give you that bag, you're gonna have to fall in line, and it's gonna be a tough out because Zuffa coming. So they're gonna have that. And I think that the way Eddie and them is running, it's like a tiered thing. It's like Zuffa, then it's like Matchroom America or whatever Eddie got going on, and then it's Riyadh. It's like those are the stages in that one. But if you're not a major player that can run a card or demand a whole bunch of eyeballs over here on MVP, all of that just giving you what you asked for and what you think you worth. So unless you got a market where you can pack out a stadium and they can get something on the gate off of you, or you can put like Gary in the DMV area, they can sell. He can sell in certain areas, like the same way Boots can do in Philly. Like, he can do that locally. Like, so unless you can do that, they about to make it hard on everybody. They already made it hard every day. Like, the chickens are coming home to roost now.
Yeah. So let me put this out there then. Like I said, I asked a specific question of the guy who owns Pro Box and shit like that, and their basic plan is to start a subscription base and start streaming, more and more championship fights, and they're open to any promotional company that wants to use their platform, as far as airing talent and things like that. Uh, do you think ProBox is now in position, or if they're smart, they should be setting up or have been setting up that infrastructure to be able to become that streaming platform and say, yeah, we're gonna charge like the dude said. He said we're only gonna charge something like $5, $4.99 for our subscription, because it's not really
Yes.
about making money. It's about bringing in a lot of subscribers, because that's where you can bank your money on volume. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that they a lot to deal with, because you gotta look at where everybody by default, like, they was laughing, they used to they was scoffing at Probot, like, oh, scoff. But you heard what Blair said. It's tough matches down there. I don't know how much that bread is, but it gotta be decent. They putting on nice events. They making, they making some champions. I think they can do it. I think they got the perfect little lane. They got the perfect lane from not being the biggest, the brightest, but being like more consistent and more practical with tough matches, to where they got an edge on like a match room, in the sense that they know how to match fighters. They know how to make fights. That's like gold in itself, because everybody say with Top Rank, you get a Top Rank dive, to where it's like they're gonna make you look good, but the minute you get in there with, like, ProBox is the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, they match you. They match you the way you need to be, to where you fighting down there, like, you gotta fight, like, you gotta earn your keep. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're in a prime position. I think that they're gonna age well. They might take over.
I think they did what PBC and Top Rank shit did with their apps when them shits caught fire, and actually put it to work. Their YouTube shits and all that, they put it to work. Like, all right, I can see this shit coming with the streaming. I can do the streaming myself, to where I get sponsors, and I don't think they capitalize on it. That's just me. How do you have many subscribers, but you're not capitalizing on it on your own?
So let me put it out there like this. If they charge $4.99, right? If they charge in $4.99, now I didn't apply taxes and none of that other stuff. It's just basically the $4.99 price. If they generated 5 million subscribers per month, they're looking at a minimum of $24,950,000. You times that by 12, which is the whole year. They're looking at roughly about 300 million, about 2,299,400,000. And that's just off of 5 million subscribers. When you think of Netflix or Disney, just Disney, when people was talking about Disney losing its $6 billion, that $6 billion in real life numbers was only 500,000 subscribers, and they have 128 million subscribers. That was less than half a percentage that they lost. 6 billion was a sneeze, because every month they're making 1.4 or 1.6 trillion dollars. You gonna tell me about 6 billion? So if they get up there to where they have, the 20 and 30 million subscribers, they'll be easily $1 billion a year company, to where they can support the biggest fights and the biggest names. They just have to continue to grow the platform, and if they can secure some big fights, and charge that $5, they're gonna be all right. They have a path to take over.
Man, I just watched like them. They just didn't cap it. They was doing it the old way, man. You can just see it. Because when you watching certain people, like you watching Cameron and guys like Gilbert Arenas getting $100 million and $1 million worth of games. These dudes getting $100 million from Underdog and shit like that off their channel that they built. And you had a whole channel that you just never thought to put a fight on. Your own channel. Wow. Kept doing it the old way, man. And look at ProBox. You could have done what ProBox did. Easy. Easy.
Yep. Well, shoot, y'all, man. This was a late. We got together and was like, man, let's just do this, have a little fun with this, man. And it wasn't planned. I didn't plan it out earlier, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna shut it down.
yeah. 50 million subscribers brings them 2.9 billion dollars a year.
You could have built up your channel to where somebody was gonna come along and buy all of it, or at least try to damn, you know what I'm saying, partner with you on it. And then you ain't have to worry about doing it all by yourself.
Yeah.
You just waited to hope doing it was gonna go the old way. And shit didn't go the old way, and now you thinking about streaming. Too late now.
Yeah. But it was a good cook, man. Great show.
Yeah. Great show, buddy.
Yeah, great to see everybody back together, man. Let's chop it up behind the scenes, and maybe we could get everything going again.
Yeah, I probably redo it. I probably get more thorough about the 135 because it is a lot of names, and just like I'm gonna revisit the 140 and the 154 and go more thorough, go more in depth with the plan of action. But I just wanted to have fun with the with the division. But yeah, we'll chop it up, man. Appreciate y'all coming through.
For sure.
And talking that boxing, man. But y'all have a good evening, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You too, man.
Salute to everybody. Right. Salute to the chat, man. Hit that like button, subscribe. You know.
Yeah, man. Just wanted to have a little fun, man. I'm happy that Gary's in the division. I want to see who's going to oblige Gary. Ultimately, I would love to see when the smoke before it's all over. Even though I know it's probably unrealistic, I would love to see Gary and Tank, two of my favorite fighters. I'm not sure if it'll ever happen, but you know, I would like somebody to aggressively take hold of this division. I know Abdullah Mason is the young. He's the prototype. I think he's the heir apparent, but I believe that he's going to be at 40 and ultimately at welterweight. But I think he's going to go to 40 and make some noise. And I don't see him being at 35 that long. But if Tank is 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and he's not going to, continue his killing spree, because even if he do come back after the Jake Paul and and go on this killing spree, right? What if it's not at 35? What if it's at 40? Because 40 starting to look like the glamour division, and 35 is just right for the taking. I think it's a perfect. I like 35, man. I like 35. I think it's like the biggest of the little guys. I think 35 is the biggest of the little guys. 40 is when you start getting, they have slightly longer dimensions. There's more linkier people, the reach be long. And 47 is like the perfect division between speed and size. And 47 is on its way to being back to the glamour division. It's on its way. It's loaded with talent. Just like 35 is loaded with talent. It's just they all got to mix it up. But I think that because the people were being selfish, people were being unreasonable, wanting amounts of money that they hadn't proven that they were actually worth, capitalizing on somebody that had a big bag of money, that they were just, willing to lose money at the expense of sabotaging, the American market, which they did. They put a big dent in the American market to where they forced some of these people, some of these organizations to start linking up. Never have you seen before at this rate where Top Rank and PBC is doing business, and PBC and DAZN fighters are doing business, and DAZN and Top Rank and Golden Boy and PBC and Pro Box fighters and like they are all forced to actually have to work together, which indirectly was a good thing, but it didn't have to go there. It didn't have to get to that point. But that's where we at now. So I think that if you're gonna make a living in this sport, either you're gonna fight the top names and you're gonna start like putting on performances where you actually care about your fans to garner the kind of wages to justify people paying you that, or you're gonna have to find another profession. It's simple as that. Just wanted to put something on your mind, y'all. I hope everybody have a good, wonderful, safe weekend, man. Love on your loved ones, man. Appreciate your family and people that you have around you, man, because every day is not promised, man. And life is short. So hopefully you was able to put something in your rucksack and you got something from the conversation that we had on here today. It was more laid back. It wasn't as thorough. This was like a last minute get together, wanted to have a little fun with it. And we'll be back on it. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back on it maybe Sunday or Monday, one of them days. Anyways, y'all, thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga? Right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to Bodywork.